Right.
Well, Sam, now you got to take a little bit more of a look at Oregon State. What kind of stands out about the offense?
They're powerful. Got an experienced offensive line, a couple of returners, and big, powerful running back that broke a lot of big runs already this season. And so a guy that will definitely have to focus on wrapping up and driving our feet and get a lot of people to the football. They also have a lot of weapons between receivers, their Wildcat quarterback, and then their quarterback is a good player too. Try and keep him in the pocket. He got quite a few rush yards last week on scrambles, so try and minimize that.
Is that how this team differs with the first two? Is that multiple, the versatility? Washington State threw a lot. It was fairly balanced at Louisiana, but you said a lot of options, and they've been doing Wildcat stuff too.
Yeah, I think they definitely match up a lot more to ULL's scheme, but they're definitely a lot better. And they played a common opponent with us last week against Idaho State, and then Minnesota's a really good team. So I think, we're going in there expecting their best game, and it'll be a dogfight.
I don't think we asked you about it. What was it like blocking a field goal?
It was cool. It really could have been anyone. You just kind of put your hand up and hope that you get a piece of it, and I guess it chose my hand to hit, so I was happy about that.
Sam, this being your senior year, what does it mean to go back and play just down the road from where you grew up or whatnot?
It's cool. I haven't been up to that area in probably 5 years, and so it's cool. And staying in Eugene, so I'll get to see some family friends the night before the game, which I think will be really cool to reconvene with some of those people. But as for the game, it's just a normal game. Can't try and make it out to be something that it's not, but it'll definitely be fun to be back there and playing in the state of Oregon again. But our focus is nailed down.
Just curious. We know what side of whatever rivalry you'd be on now, but like when you were growing up, did you know much about the Ducks and Beavers rivalry, and what side of that were you on?
Yeah, we had season tickets to the Duck games and stuff, so I grew up. Them being right in my backyard, we got to see a lot of good football. Played a bunch of good players came through there, and got to watch that. But yeah, I was definitely always on the green side in the Civil War.
Talking to Jabril, he was saying this is kind of like your guys' Pac-12 championship on Saturday, playing against another Pac-12 team. What is it about playing the Pac-12 teams that excites you guys and gets you guys fired up?
Well, it's fun just playing a quote-unquote Power 5 conference, and just the fact that kind of we're seen as being in a lower conference, it kind of gives us a chance to rise to the occasion and play a bigger opponent that people feel. So that's definitely always a big game. A Pac-12's storied conference, and have a lot of history in there. So coming in to just play a team like that is fun, and getting two of them back-to-back is awesome.
How have you guys been able to have so much success against the Pac-12? Is it just your mindset and coming in fired up? Obviously, what is it that helps you guys so many times have success against them?
I don't know if it's more of having success against the Pac-12. I think it's just staying focused and playing our football and not trying to get rattled by maybe a bigger crowd or a bigher team. But yeah.
You said even late last season you were kind of going with mentality. You knew that there was going to be a lot of, I want to say pressure, but expectations on you being a senior on this D line, and it seems like you've been able to handle that and also perform to your expectations too. How have you been able to do that? You knew that you were going to be relied upon a lot, and it seems like you've been able to do it so far.
I think you're just kind of going out every day with a chip on your shoulder, and knowing that anybody could beat you on any given day, and kind of coming out with that mentality and trying to instill that in all of our younger guys throughout the D-line. I think we've done a good job. All of us veterans on the D-line have done a good job doing that, and just trying to keep it known that nothing's going to be given to you. You got to get up and work hard every single day, or else someone's going to beat you.
With how's it been having Avalos be the DC? Anything different you've noticed this year, whether it's scheme or whether it's energy-wise? Or
he brings a lot of energy. You can just tell he loves it. I'll be leaving the facility, and guys, I mean, anytime I drive by the facility, I feel like I see his truck here. And he is just extremely detailed in what he does, knows exactly what our responsibilities are, our top to bottom, and he just loves to be out there. And that's what you want to see out of anybody with their career. You want to see that passion and just absolutely loving what you do, and he definitely has that.
Have you noticed him not being on the sidelines anymore? We know he didn't coach you guys, but he was always a presence.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of weird. I mean, if he has a point that he really needs to get across, you'll hear it through the headset. But just not having him right there on the sideline is definitely different, and him jumping around and signaling calls and stuff. But yeah, I mean, the game goes by so fast, you don't really notice it. But yeah.
You look back to the last time you guys played the Beavers in the bowl game, and you're going through a coaching change and starting quarterback was sent home. It's kind of how chaotic was that whole week or whatnot?
It was insane. That whole bowl game, and then I think, I don't know, just being in that setting was definitely different, not having our head coach, and then kind of the feeling of people being like, all right, let's start thinking about next year, kind of. And that was upsetting, and it definitely translated over the game. We definitely didn't play the football that we wanted to, and things just seemed off. But it's definitely been nice having the new coaches come in, and then they really set the tone right when we got back after the bowl game, kind of saying that's not what we're stepping into. We want to win. Kind of creating a new mentality from what we had in that bowl game.
I know it's a different season, different time, and many different players or whatnot, but I mean, eager to kind of put your guys' best foot forward and it all, bouncing back. And I don't want to say bouncing back, but after, they got you guys last time?
Of course, yeah. I mean, anytime a team beats you, you remember it, especially the only time that I've played against them, they beat us. So that adds a little extra incentive into the game.
Talking with Avalos, you saying that you seem like a more explosive player this year, and he's talking about your foot speed and stuff. I mean, what did you do during the offseason? Just coaches continue to bring it up, but what did you do in order to put yourself in the position you're in?
I just studied a lot. I studied film. I studied a lot of NFL players, and took the time on our off days to. Really, I got with Jabril a lot, and we do footwork, and we do get off, and we do different cone drills and stuff, just trying to create that muscle memory of what your step should feel like when you're rushing the passer, and different footwork stuff like that. And I think definitely I took the summer off from doing summer internships, which I think gave me a lot of time to really focus in on football, and really helped me kind of develop in the game a lot. And I'd say that's probably the biggest thing, is just managing my time with football a lot more.
Harson said that you had a pretty interesting bye week or whatnot. I know it wasn't an internship or anything like that, but you're part of some program or something like that?
Oh, me and Ben did this kind of like a entrepreneur business challenge type thing, but just kind of something to take a little break from football and focus on some school stuff a little more.
Did you have to take a complete break from football for a couple days, or what was that? What did it kind of do?
No, I mean, it was time consuming, but it didn't hold us back from any football stuff. It was just kind of spare time stuff.
Okay. Did you start a business or?
No, we didn't get a business running, but maybe in the future we'll get into something.
Any idea what?
Not sure yet.
What was this thing that you did? I mean, was it you had to make up a fake business? What did this thing entail that you guys did?
It was kind of just centered around the idea of what it takes to begin a business or participate in a startup. And so you basically form with a team and you come up with an idea, and then through the weekend you do a bunch of research and what it would take to get it off the ground, and then at the end you kind of pitch it to a panel or kind of investors, if you will. But it was cool.
What was your idea?
Yeah. I don't know if we can say that right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It might be something?
Oh, we don't know.
Well, in high school, was Oregon State an option for you, and ultimately, what was it amongst all the schools that you chose Boise State to come to?
Yeah, I mean, Oregon State just being right down the road, it was really convenient because I could drive up and watch their practices and stuff, and got a good relationship with their D-line coach at the time, Coach Joe, and really close with him, and that staff was really welcoming to me. And so throughout my recruiting process, they were always kind of there, and didn't really offer me until right at the end when them and Boise State offered me. And I think just once I came here, I really felt at home and I knew that this was a place for me.